Welcome to Hangar 14, my name is Alex, and today we have the brand new E-Flite UMX Voodoo that we're going to be taking a look at today. But before we go ahead and get into all the fun stuff, make sure you guys subscribe and like this video. That's really about it. Let's take a look at this thing. Alrighty, so what's nice about the UMX planes is that they come already like pre-assembled as much as they possibly can. So right out of the box, we're pretty much ready to go. The only thing that we really need to do is, of course, bind this to our controller, which we have our Spectrum DX6 sitting off to the side here, and then throw a battery in it. And we are using the suggested battery that they offer on the website, which is this 300 milliamp 3-cell LiPo battery. So let's go ahead and get this out of the packaging here and take a real good look at it. We got it covered in a whole bunch of plastic, it looks like. So looks like we got some Velcro here, probably for the battery. So we're gonna set that off to the side. And then everything else, there's nothing else. This is it. This is all she wrote. Let's put this off to the side here. Alrighty, so let's take a look at this. Let's get some of this plastic off. Right away, this thing looks absolutely incredible. The amount of detail, the color scheme on this looks really, really good. It's really vibrant. All the graphics are really sharp. Man, this thing looks absolutely killer. So we're gonna get all this plastic out here and let's take a deeper look into this thing. So first, a little quick history on this airplane, or I guess the color scheme specifically. So this is based off of a real airplane that does exist. It did fly and it did race in the Reno Air Races. In 2013, Stephen Hinton Jr. actually won gold in the unlimited class in the Reno Air Races with this airplane. Now, unfortunately, we do see that this is a normal P-51 Mustang with the Voodoo scheme on it. In real life, it is a highly modified P-51 Mustang. The canopy is way sleeker. It's got some other additional modifications to it, and of course it is just built for racing, whereas this is a P-51 Mustang that they slapped the Voodoo scheme on, but it still looks really good. Now, the real life Voodoo P-51 has quite the history to it. If you want to read into it, please do so. It's actually quite interesting, and that plane actually resides in a museum right now. It's actually retired after 2017 and now sits in the Planes of Fame Museum in Chino, California. So if you want to go check it out, you actually can. But enough of the history lesson. Let's actually get into the actual plane that we have sitting in front of us. So like I said, this is UMX P-51 Mustang. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is actually the second or third rendition of the UMX P-51 that Horizon has released. Now, we get this in the Voodoo color scheme, we get it with AS3X, we get it with SAFE, and we get it with a brushless motor, which is absolutely awesome. So like I said earlier, we have a 3-cell, 300 milliamp LiPo pack that we're gonna be running on this thing. You can run a 2-cell as well, but you know, this is a race plane. I wanted to give it the old 3-cell juice, so we got the 3-cell pack for it. This is a 4-channel airplane, so you got ailerons, you got elevator, you got rudder, and then of course you have your throttle. Now we do have landing gear on here. Looks like possibly a steerable tail wheel, which is pretty neat. Now we do have the main gear here as well, which is easily removable. So if you don't want the landing gear on, you can remove it really, really quick. You don't need any tools for it. You simply just pull it out. So let's see if we can actually get the landing gear off here. So the tail wheel pulls right out. And then this, you should just be able to slide forward. Just pop them forward like so. Make sure you get the wheel pants with it, and then you can just pop it out. And the same will do on the other side. And in a couple quick steps, you have a P-51 with no landing gear. Now this is gonna make your plane a lot faster. Obviously you got a lot less drag. The smaller airplane drag does mean quite a bit. So you're gonna get a little bit more performance if you run it like this. And of course, if you're running on like a grass field or something like that, you can just belly land it really easily. Looking around, we do see a 4-bladed prop, which is a nice touch, nice little scale feature on here. We have a foam spinner on there, protecting that brushless motor on the inside. And then looking around to the bottom here, we do see our battery hatch. Now, this is a magnetic hatch, so you just kind of pull down from in there, and then we have a nice spot with the Velcro for our battery. So let's go ahead and get our battery here. I'm actually gonna put the landing gear back in here because I want to just kind of put that in there like that, or just slide this around, clip that in. All right, so here we have our 300 milliamp 3-cell LiPo battery pack, and this is a 30C battery. This is a little guy, it's so tiny. Let's get this out of the packaging here. And here we have the battery that is going to be powering the Voodoo Mustang, okay? Now, E-Flite was nice enough to provide us with a little Velcro strip already, so we can just take this out of the packaging and put that on our battery. Easy enough. And now, just flip our plane over. You can pop it in here. Obviously, we're not gonna plug it in right this second, but I just wanna get everything in here, make sure we're good to go. And we can magnetically close our little latch, nice and secure, all clean, super simple. And if we had a charged battery, we'd pretty much be ready to go flying. So we're gonna get this battery charged up, and we're gonna take a little trip over to the park that's not too far from our house, and we're gonna give this thing its first flight and see how it does. All right, so we had to wait like a week and a half or so. The weather was just not cooperating. This thing can handle a little bit of wind, but not a lot of wind, and what we got was a lot of wind. So wait until after work. Sun's going down a little bit, but we got just enough time to get this thing up in the air for its first flight. So we're gonna go ahead and power it on, see how she does.
I mean, it flies amazing. The AS3X like makes these little planes like so smooth to fly that you don't even really have to think about it, especially with like the safe on here. I'm actually gonna go turn the safe on once, just see how it does. I mean, yeah, it's very beginner friendly. Now, I usually don't recommend a warbird or anything of the sorts for usually a beginner or like a first airplane. And I probably wouldn't recommend this one either, but I would say more beginner friendly than most, especially because of the AS3X and everything. But this thing handles absolutely incredible. It's nice and quick. It looks great in the air. Hopefully you can pick it up a little bit. I know it's kind of silhouetting a little bit, but for the most part, this thing flies great. This is about half throttle, so we're gonna open her up a little bit, see how fast this thing does go, since we do have a race plane color scheme.
Holy crap, that thing hauls.
Like I said, this is a 3-cell battery on here, so it does come in a 2-cell or 3-cell setup. We have a 3-cell because, like I said, race plane, we want as much power as we can get out of it.
The focus on this camera is really bad. Ooh, jeez.
We're not in a necessarily huge area, decent size, like I'd say like your typical park. Handling very well. You can see it does corner very tightly without really any hesitation. We can really fly this in a really small area if we wanted to. But I would say, like, to be comfortable, I am comfortable flying it here. I wouldn't say it feels too small or anything. We have some obstacles like trees and stuff to watch out for, but
You're gonna have that. I'd say this is like a perfect size for this area.
that works.
So there you have it. That is a brand new E-Flite UMX P-51 Mustang Voodoo edition. This is a great addition to the family of UMX planes, I believe, and I can't wait to fly it some more. I'm glad to have it as part of my collection. So if you guys want to check this out for yourself, you can feel free to drop down in the comments section below. I'll have a link there and in the description. And you go check it out for yourself. I think this is a great intermediate plane, or very beginner friendly warbird in an ultra micro size. You can go check out. You got all the goodies. You got brushless, you got removable landing gear, AS3X smart, safe, everything that you could ever want in a little airplane for, you know, $100 or so. So you can go check it out at Horizon Hobby or whatever sells E-Flite products, hobby shop, wherever. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you're picking one of these up, or if you'd like to see us review another plane here on Hangar 14. I'm Alex. We'll see you next time.